Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. You're back with another reaction. We're going to listen to the band and Neil Diamond, Dry Your Eyes. I believe this song was co written by Neil Diamond and Robbie Robertson for Neil's album Beautiful Noise, I believe. But this particular clip is, I believe, from The Last Waltz, where they performed it together. And this was a Patreon request by Pierre. Thank you so much for this request and donation. And I was told that this song was kind of inspired by kind of the collective grief that they felt after Martin Luther King was assassinated. All right, let's have a listen.
They were all there then. Carole King, Neil Diamond at the time. You know, it wasn't a very fair thing. The songwriter was the low man on the totem pole coming along. And these songwriters were expressing the feelings of people in the street. In a way, it was kind of the beginning of the end of Tin Pan Alley.
Dry your eyes, take your song out. Well, it's a newborn afternoon. And if you can't recall the singer, can you still recall the tune? Dry your eyes and play it slowly, just like you're marching off to war. Sing it like you always wanted, like you sung it once before. And from the center of the circle to the midst of the waiting crowd, if it ever is forgotten, sing it long and sing it loud, and come dry your eyes. And it taught us more about living than we ever cared to know. And we came to learn a secret, and we never let it go. And it was more than being holy, oh, it was less than being free. And if you can't recall the reason, can you hear the people sing? Right through the lightning and the thunder, to the dark side of the moon, to that distant falling angel that descended much too soon. Come dry your eyes, dry your eyes, take your song out. It's a newborn afternoon. And if you can't recall the singer, you can still recall the tune. And come
Wow.
dry your eyes, come dry your eyes, dry your eyes. Neil Diamond.
What a great, uplifting, and inspiring song to come out of uh, grief, collective grief, that I imagine the entire country, perhaps even the world, felt at the time. I wasn't alive and I was born in a different part of the world. So it's, the impact of it, I've never felt it that hard. Of course, I've read about it, I've seen films made about it. Uh, but it's different if you are uh, have if you've lived through it at the time, and also if you've been born in the U.S. and kind of grew up with with the story and the message, right? Because this is kind of the core message of the song. Like this, all right, the person, the singer in this case, um, has passed away. Of course, he wasn't the singer, right? But the way they frame it here, you can still remember the song. You can still remember the tune. You can still remember their message and their lessons and what they've taught us. Very, very, very powerful message. That's my favorite line in the song. If you can't recall the singer, you can still recall the tune. Fantastic line. That alone, put that on a t-shirt, put that on a wall, put that on a statue, in a monument. That is so good. That is so good. If you can't recall the singer, you can still recall the tune. And this works in different contexts as well, even if you don't interpret it through the lens of the grief after Martin Luther King's assassination. Is still a lot of value in other contexts as well. Just a great, great line. Wow. And yeah, dry your eyes. Let's come together and move on. And we take that message, we take that song, and we're going to sing it like we sang it before. We're going to march. We're going to do it slowly. And the music builds up. It's almost like a marching pattern. And we're going to the streets with that tune. We're not going to forget that, it's not the ending of a story. Let this be the beginning of a different chapter, a newborn afternoon. And let's carry that tune a lot longer, right? Oh, boy. That is great. Very inspiring. And yeah, Neil's vocals are great. His, sometimes he has this warm voice in different songs. Here he has a little bit of that grain, and you feel that he means every word that he's singing, right? It's really great. He had a beautiful guitar in this. Absolutely wonderful guitar. The inlay is beautiful, fantastic. The drumming is really great. The lead guitar on the electric is nice too. It's very measured. It's just, yeah, it's, you listen, when there's not much theatrics or a lot of production, you kind of are zoned in and tuned in into the message, and yeah, you absorb it. It's really great. I want to replay some of this. Wow. Yeah, the age of the songwriter, huh? That was like he was mentioning Carole King and stuff. And first it was writing for other people, and then people started to write for themselves and sing it and perform it. And that time when everybody was pushing the creativity of the others, pushing the pen of other artists, so much great music from the 60s and 70s. Amazing. Look at that guitar though. Ooh. That's a nice one.
Dry your
The build-up.
eyes. Take your song out. Well, it's a newborn afternoon. And if you can't recall the singer, can you still recall the tune?
That is such a great line, man. I'm in love with it.
Dry your eyes and play it slowly, just like you're marching off to war. Sing it like you always wanted, like you sung it once before.
Nothing's changed, really. Kind of the sentiment. The message is still there. We still have a lot of work to do, and we can, kind of continue that work. Yeah, that is amazing. Really, really great writing, and it was awesome to see. Thank you for introducing me to this. And if you have any other recommendations for Neil Diamond or the band, let me know, and I hope to see you there. Goodbye.